Number 10. The Little Panda Fighter vs. Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda was one of the best received movies of 2008. And was loved due to its relatable screw-up protagonist,
But I just got Kung Fu!
who finds out that he's the Dragon Warrior and must train with a team of Kung Fu masters to fulfill his destiny. While the Dreamworks version was good and all, Video Brinquedo, a Brazilian production company, soon after released a mockbuster titled The Little Panda Fighter, in which a panda who works at a boxing club dreams of being a professional dancer. Besides the protagonist looking similar and the name reading like a bad translation, these sound like completely different movies, right?
Oh man, that Teddy's really sus.
He's alright. I mean, if you like him sus.
Well, surprisingly, their plot points are nearly identical. It's impressive, actually. Despite the studio taking Kung Fu Panda's story and changing everything about it, they somehow ended up with the original story all over again. As is to be expected, audience members and critics alike rated the film poorly, criticizing its poor dialogue, terrible animation style, and wonky editing. Number 9. Little Cars vs. Cars.
Look, I'm Lightning McQueen, the famous race car.
Cars was one of Pixar's most successful film launches ever when it debuted in 2006, to the point where it was nominated for 2 Academy Awards and won the Golden Globe for Best Animated Film. The quirky and funny plot centered around a cocky rookie racer car, Lightning McQueen, who damaged a road in a small town on his way to a big race. He then stayed in the town to fix the damage and ended up learning some pretty important life lessons. Rexmore Company, a Brazilian producing group, decided to capitalize on the movie's success.
Lugnut, what are you smiling at?
Nothing.
And within the same year, released a 45-minute feature called The Little Cars and the Great Race. The movie had an overwhelmingly negative reception in the older crowds, but kids who really didn't know any better ate it up. And despite all the horrible reviews online, it became one of Brazil's largest franchises, even inspiring 6 sequels.
Wow, this place is really on the move!
The plot of the film follows Tony, a rookie race car who's becoming a serious competitor in a race no one thought he could win. We would tell you more, but that's as much of the plot as we were able to absorb before giving up on watching the film. All in all, it's badly written, badly translated, badly animated, and for some reason, full of sexual innuendos that we're only glad kids wouldn't understand.
I can't stop thinking of her. Those fenders, that rear bumper, and those headlights. Oh, those headlights. I can't get her out of my mind.
Number 8. An Ant's Life vs. A Bug's Life. A Bug's Life was released in late 1998 and was loved by all.
Are you saying I'm stupid?
With animation that was very well done for its time and a storyline filled with relatable feel-good moments,
I will be in my trailer.
I need a break.
the movie was slated to be a success from the start. The story followed Flick, a well-intentioned inventor who screwed up more than he actually helped. Eventually, as with all awkward Disney leads, he manages to earn the respect of his community and is treated as a hero by helping them take a stand against the greedy grasshoppers. Onto the ripoff. An Ant's Life was one of the earliest releases by Sparkplug Entertainment, who are now infamous for their animated mockbusters. An Ant's Life follows the story of Thang, as she toils away for the queen bee.
Remember, don't let Josephine know that we know that she is what she is.
All the while trying to provide for her 2 younger sisters and doing her best to evade the praying mantises that hunt them. As seems to be the trend with these mockbusters, the ripoff has been criticized for its crappy animation, with one Amazon reviewer even equating it to the quality of a high school film project. Of the positive reviews, the most that can be said for the film is that it kinda distracts kids for a little while and gives parents some alone time. Number 7. Frog Prince vs. The Princess and the Frog. Disney's Princess and the Frog is applauded for being a near-perfect presentation of the original Grimm's Brothers fairy tale, which was to be expected considering the writers were the same masterminds behind The Little Mermaid and Aladdin. The original music score was also amazing and won 3 Academy Award nominations. The movie followed Tiana, a young struggling waitress who's saving money to one day open her own restaurant. But her plans go awry when she's abruptly turned into a frog.
Excuse me?
Please, princess. It will make me human again.
Just one kiss.
Unless you beg for more.
Although eventually she does find happiness. The diverse lead princess was so well received that a ripoff was a golden opportunity. The Frog Prince was released a month following the Disney film and was only mildly well received. Some people like the concept of a community worrying about their finicky princess's romantic misadventures.
If I'm gonna marry someone, he's got to be a genuine Prince Charming.
However, many more criticized the quality of the animation and said that the plot was flawed and badly organized. Additionally, critics found Princess Iria to be annoying and entitled, as she kept saying no to suitors based on the trivial things. Number 6. Plan B versus the B Movie. The B Movie is, well, not only a great movie, but it has provided the internet with some really good memes.
He's not bothering anybody. Get out of here, you creep!
The movie was released in 2007 and has an interesting plot about Barry the Bee,
You have a plan?
Yes, Plan B!
a nonconformist who forms an unlikely relationship with a florist. He ends up suing the human race and wins, which sets off a chain reaction of mishaps. However, in the end, he finds a balance and provides a link between animals and humans. Kids loved it because of how original it was, and even adults liked the subtle political messages it portrayed. These together got it nominated for a Golden Globe. In a weird turn of events, the B-movie knockoff, Plan B, was actually released a few weeks before the B-movie, by the same group mentioned before, Sparkplug Entertainment.
Hurry, troops!
This implies that Plan B's production began shortly after the B-movie's first trailer, around 5 months before release. The story follows a group of bees revolting against the queen bee for forcing them to use the same flower for harvesting honey. Eventually, the revolution is successful and the queen concedes. Sparkplug Entertainment then tries to emulate some of the original's political undercurrents by getting the bees to fly to different historical sites to comment on their importance. However, the low-quality script and animation fails to impress. The movie, like any other mockbuster, had a mixed reception, where some thought it was funny despite the annoying characters and flat production, while others thought it was insulting for its unoriginality. Number 5. Legend of Cirilla vs. Frozen. Frozen had such a large impact on the animated world that even those who hadn't seen it likely memorized most of the film's songs off by heart, whether they wanted to or not.
Let it go, I am one with the wind and sky.
The story follows the lives of two sisters and the chaos that ensues after the older princess's powers are revealed by accident. To sum it up, she has a meltdown and moves to live in isolation, which throws off the balance of her kingdom. Eventually, though, the two sisters make up and save the day. The movie was very well received because of the strong positive messages and original quirky characters.
Now I'm perfect.
Almost.
Oh, woo!
Hairbrush.
So cute. It's like a little baby unicorn.
Frozen won 2 Academy Awards, a Golden Globe, as well as 2 Grammys. The movie had been in the making since 2011, but a few weeks before its release in the US, a Canadian movie originally called The Legend of Cirilla was released under the name Frozen Land in the US to use the buzz to boost sales. Frozen Land followed 3 Inuit children who sought to save their clan from starvation and misery.
You can speak with lemmings?
Only shamans can speak with animals.
Late December 2013, Disney sued Phase 4, the production company, for using a logo similar to that of their movie Frozen, and deliberately misleading the public to bank on the anticipation of Frozen's release in the US. The lawsuit was settled in late January of 2014 after Phase 4 changed the name and altered the logo as Disney requested.
To Cirilla!
Reviews for Frozen Land were mixed, seeing as the animation isn't the best, and reviewers criticized the sound quality. Yet some found the story enjoyable, so it wasn't a total waste. Number 4. Pirates of Treasure Island vs. Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean is one of Disney's most popular live-action franchises.
What's your name? Smith. Oh, Smith.
Starring Johnny Depp as the infamous Captain Jack Sparrow. The The first installment came out in 2003, and since then, 4 other sequels have been released, with a 5th set to be released later on this year.
Mr. Gibbs, any particular reason why my ship is gone?
The ship? We're on the ship. Jack! The ship's gone. Really?
The series was a huge success and got recognition at the Academy Awards and Golden Globes. Hoping to take advantage of the buzz around the release of Dead Man's Chest in 2006, the mockbuster, Pirates of Treasure Island, was released several weeks before the official sequel, Dead Man's Chest.
Captain! Captain! 30 degrees port! Fire!
However, due to its bad acting and horrible effects, it was a flop, with reviews ranging from absolutely terrible to somewhat meh. Number 3. Kiara the Brave vs. Brave. Brave starred a hard-headed Scottish princess who was unhappy with her parents pushing their royal agenda on her.
Every single day of my life this year, each clan will present a suitor to compete in the games for your hand.
Feast your eyes, grumpy old troll. At least we have here.
She then goes on a quest for independence, fails miserably, makes some bad decisions, fixes them, and even creates some new traditions. The movie was released in 2012 and was well received, winning several awards, mainly due to its original and lovable characters and its strong female protagonist. Once again, a mockbuster company did their best to beat Disney to the punch, and released a knockoff a few months before Brave's release date. Kiara the Brave, an Indian movie which had originally been called Super K, was released in the US renamed as Kiara the Brave, with a red-haired female character on the cover.
Capture the king and let's take him to the netherworld!
The movie was obviously trying to appeal to US viewers that were eagerly awaiting the newest Disney film. The weird part is that the red-haired princess on the cover is actually a secondary character who doesn't have a prominent role. The reviews amongst US viewers were poor, and the movie was criticized for the title being misleading, its unnaturally moving characters and animations, as well as its poor sound design. Be that as it may, the movie was well received in India, even winning a national award. Number 2. Ratatouille vs. Ratatouille. Released in 2007, Ratatouille won an Oscar for its likable characters and rather interesting plot. The movie follows a rat who dreams of becoming a professional chef, with the help of another chef, an incompetent cook who only works there by fluke.
What are you doing?
I'm cutting vegetables. I'm cutting the vegetables.
No, you waste energy and time. Isn't cooking is a cute job, eh? Like mommy in the kitchen. Well, mommy never had to face the dinner rush when the orders come flooding in and every dish is different and none are simple and all of the different cooking times, but must arrive on the customer's table at exactly the same time, hot and perfect. Every second counts and you cannot be mommy.
Trying to take advantage of the original success, Video Brinquedo released a mockbuster called Ratatouille, which was based in Brazil instead of Paris. And they changed the story a little bit by making the rat the owner of a restaurant whose secret recipe gets stolen. And the rest of the story picks up from there. As you've probably guessed, the reviews for the movie were pretty bad, as it was low budget, had bad acting, and used terribly dated animations and effects. Number 1. What's Up? Balloon to the Rescue vs. Up. Up. Somehow managing to be one of the most heartwarming movies ever released, despite ripping out the heart of every viewer in the first few minutes.
You ready to go?
Ready as I'll ever be. But you do me a favor and take this. I'll meet you at the van in just a minute.
Up came out in 2009 and followed the story of an old man who finally lived out his dream of seeing Paradise Falls with the help of a junior Boy Scout. The movie was incredibly well received and went on to win 5 Academy Award nominations. And so, naturally, a mockbuster had to be produced to make some quick money, right? Well, What's Up? Balloon to the Rescue was released just a month after the original, and followed the story of a professor who discovers a magical stone that turns his normal house into a hot air balloon.
Junky camera made in China! Battery dead already!
Arigato!
No problem, but arigato is Japanese. I'm Chinese. My name is Ching Ling.
Once again, it was produced by Video Brinquedo, and was once again criticized for its horrible everything.
Jeez!
On the plus side, one reviewer said that, while it is garbage, it's slightly less garbage than Video Brinquedo's other works.